The World Ethic Forum, I consider a place where we come together to really explore of how else could we be together and work together, collaborate across divides, across different cultures, across different sectors, if the way we currently operate in the world is actually clearly not leading us to more health and well-being for all involved. And with that I mean the trees, the air we breathe, the water we are plunging in. So it's a vessel in a way, a place where we come together to learn from each other, to inform each other about different approaches and practices, different learnings, challenges that really tackle these issues that we could call systemic, societal issues, but really going at the root of it, like seeing like, okay, if we tend to the soil, maybe there is actually another way forward possible. But for that we have to go deep. We have to get our hands dirty. We have to get into the messiness of today. And I think that is the relevance of this organism. It's not just an organization, but it's also the challenge, because going to the depths of issues such as decolonization, patriarchy, and the very many perpetuating dynamics of divide, conquer, power over, is so pervasive. And so the World Ethic Forum is one of these spaces that tries to invite being with the questions, being with the messiness, being with the complexity, not to rush to answers, but to first of all understand, not as individuals, but as a group, how have we actually come where we are? And then from there, as Rilke says so beautifully, potentially live step by step into the answers. If we think that the World Ethic Forum is one of these spaces where we really could explore and deepen and better understand what are the collective practices and capacities that we need to cultivate, nurture and multiply, then we probably need to first slow down. So we decided to give ourselves 7 years, because we know if we don't slow down and really go deep, we most probably come up with unbaked solutions. Knowing that activism is important and first disaster response is equally important, but we also need to step back and meet each other, learn from what is happening in the different areas, bring that knowledge together before we then actually say, oh, that could be a proposal, that could be a solution, that could be a way forward. So when we started originally, we were a team of 3. We will never ever capture a 360-degree perspective or even experience. So that's where the creation of the Firekeeper Circle came into being. And the Firekeepers are people who in their own ways and in their own forms have and are walking and leading ways forward to help shift a culture from extractivism to a culture of really trying to bring the relational aspect back into the picture. So we've started with basically meeting as one circle, but rather soon it became very clear what are underlying streams, or we call them strands, themes that keep on popping up. One is, for example, of how do we deal with collective healing and reconciliation practices? How do we deal with diversity, equity, inclusion and decolonizational approaches? How do we deal with biospheres and bioregions and agriculture? Or how are we even defining ethics? Is ethics actually, or the ethical groundwork, that what is really the best capturing of the word, knowing that in many cultures ethics doesn't mean anything? And we have seen that when we would not work on these themes, we would actually not be even able to address these bigger questions. And these themes show up in small and large scale, on high echelon things as much as on the grassroots. So yeah, here we are to trust that small seeds and cultivating a soil that is nurturing aliveness, that is honoring aliveness, and that is multiplying aliveness could potentially lead to more coherence, more alignment, and therefore also more health and well-being for all forms of life involved.